What happens when an artificial intelligence system becomes entangled in a matter of life, death, and legal accountability? That question is now at the center of a landmark lawsuit that could reshape how we think about AI responsibility in the real world. A Canadian province has taken the extraordinary step of suing OpenAI, the American tech giant behind ChatGPT, over allegations that are as alarming as they are unprecedented. The case centers on claims that ChatGPT generated content linked to shooting warnings, raising profound questions about what AI systems are telling users, and what happens when those outputs carry real-world consequences that nobody seems prepared to answer for. Now, let's unpack what we actually know here. The lawsuit represents a significant escalation in the ongoing global conversation about artificial intelligence governance. This isn't a private individual filing a complaint. This is a government and entire provincial authority deciding that the conventional channels of complaint and concern are simply not enough. They are going to court. That alone tells you something enormous about where we stand right now in the relationship between AI companies and public institutions. The core of the allegation involves ChatGPT producing outputs that were connected to threats or warnings about a shooting. While the specific details of the incident remain under legal scrutiny, the broader implication is staggering. If a government can demonstrate that an AI chatbot generated content that contributed to or failed to prevent a violent threat scenario, then every AI company on the planet needs to be paying extremely close attention to this case. OpenAI, for its part, has consistently maintained that ChatGPT includes safety guardrails designed to prevent the generation of harmful content. The company has invested heavily in what it calls alignment research, the science of ensuring AI systems behave in ways that are safe and beneficial. But this lawsuit essentially argues that those guardrails either failed, were insufficient, or that OpenAI bears responsibility for whatever gaps exist between intention and outcome. And this brings us to the deeper, more unsettling issue at the heart of this story. We are living through a period where AI tools have been deployed at a scale that far outpaces our regulatory frameworks. Millions of people are using ChatGPT every single day: students, professionals, vulnerable individuals, people in crisis. The question of what this technology says to those users, and under what circumstances it might produce dangerous outputs, is not a theoretical concern anymore. It is a legal one. It is a governmental one. It is a matter of public safety. Canada has been positioning itself as a relatively thoughtful actor in the AI governance space. The country has been developing its own AI regulatory approach, and this lawsuit fits into a broader pattern of democratic governments pushing back against the unchecked power of major American technology firms. Europe has its AI Act. Individual states in the US are scrambling to create their own rules. And now a Canadian province is saying we will see you in court. What makes this case particularly compelling from an investigative standpoint is the precedent it could set. If this lawsuit succeeds, or even if it simply proceeds to discovery, we could see internal OpenAI documents, safety evaluations, and development records become part of the public legal record. That kind of transparency forced by litigation could reveal more about how these systems actually work than years of press releases and congressional hearings ever have. The technology industry has long argued that innovation requires freedom to experiment, to iterate, to occasionally get things wrong on the path to getting them right. But a courtroom doesn't grade on a curve, and neither does a bullet. The real question this case forces us to confront isn't simply whether OpenAI acted negligently. It's whether we as a society have been asking nearly enough hard questions about what we've already let into our lives.